between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
First down, they'll start out with Akers.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Mariota. There's Chris Olave. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Hurts.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Here's Hurts to throw.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mariota to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Marcus Mariota, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They think he can win every battle.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. They get this out quickly to the left side. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing, Mariota. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
From the 22, Hurts flushed out right.
Cook makes the catch on the out route. Finding space at the 40.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Hurts. Being
chased out left. It's complete to Cook.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The end result, 21 yards. Cook up the gut. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on wrecking mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Off the play fake, Mariota. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 60 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Again, it'll be Akers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Saints will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Vikings now to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
Take it in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Back to throw here.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Akers again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. It's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he's stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Going quickly out to the right side.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Hey, check that.
They'll run for it. It's Nwangu.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Kene Nwangu.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The
Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts eluding the pressure right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 78 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Thomas will come in motion right. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Mariota. Open man is Michael Thomas.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Going right back to Akers. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They didn't want to crash in the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Mariota now from the 50. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Lutz with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken in at the 3.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. And a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great. But they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. He's at it again. again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Mariota to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Mariota toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Landon Collins.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
So it's a win here for the Saints, and it was the veteran Marcus Mariota who we both thought really played well.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So for the Saints, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.